Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. Rain slammed against the deck like shards of broken glass as the radio crackled to life. Mayday, mayday, this is Aurora. We're taking on water. Coordinates. The voice fractured into static. My throat tightened. The Aurora was a civilian vessel, somewhere off the Carolina coast, right in the center of the storm we'd been ordered to avoid. Protocol said hold position. But protocol didn't hear the fear in that woman's voice. I gripped the edge of the console, feeling the vibration of the engine humming beneath my boots. The sea outside was a swirling gray monster, waves clawing at the hull. Lieutenant Briggs, my commanding officer, barked at me through the radio. Stay on course, Officer Hill. We can't risk losing another ship in this mess. I hesitated. The image of a drowning family, children maybe, flashed in my mind. I couldn't ignore it. Not this time. Permission denied, Briggs repeated. But I'd already switched frequencies. Hang tight, Aurora, I said, heart pounding. We're coming. We found them half an hour later. A white yacht ripped nearly in half, tossed like a toy in the storm. A man and a woman were huddled on deck, clutching a small girl. I lowered the rescue line myself, waves battering my face as the rope burned my hands. The woman looked up, her hair plastered to her cheeks, eyes wide with terror. When I pulled her aboard, she collapsed into my arms. Her lips were blue, her pulse weak. Thank you, she whispered. Please, my husband, get him. We hauled the man up next. He was tall, built like someone who'd seen his share of battles. But when I saw his face, something twisted in my chest. I knew that face. No, it couldn't be. I froze, staring. The storm roared around us, but all I could hear was the thudding of my own heartbeat. Commander Hill, someone shouted. We need help here. The man groaned, coughing seawater. His eyes opened, and when they met mine, the shock mirrored their confirmed what I already knew. It was Nathan. My ex. The man I hadn't spoken to in 2 years. The man who'd once promised me forever, only to shatter it with a lie I never recovered from. And the woman clinging to him, the one I had just risked my career to save, was my sister, Mia. The storm didn't stop, but inside I went completely still. I wrapped Mia in a blanket, my hands trembling. Her lips were pale, her eyes full of gratitude and something else I couldn't yet name. You saved us, she whispered. I can't believe it's you. I managed a smile that felt like glass cracking. You're lucky I was nearby. Nathan avoided my gaze. He kept his arms around Mia, rubbing her shoulders. My sister leaned into him as if it was the most natural thing in the world. I told myself I was imagining it, that trauma made people cling to whoever was close. But when he brushed her hair from her face, gently, tenderly, I knew. My stomach turned. Back on base, I faced the music. Briggs tore into me in his office, shouting about insubordination, protocol, and recklessness. I barely heard him. All I could think about was what I'd seen, Nathan's hand over Mia's, the way their eyes spoke in a language that once belonged to me. When Briggs was done, I was suspended pending investigation. I didn't argue. I walked out into the night, the salt wind cold against my face, and found them sitting together outside the infirmary. Mia saw me first. Her expression softened. You got in trouble for us, didn't you? I shrugged. Part of the job. Nathan stood up. His uniform was soaked, his hair still damp. Lena, listen, this isn't what it looks like. I laughed. You're holding my sister's hand, Nathan. I think I've seen this movie before. Mia's eyes filled with tears. Lena, please. I didn't plan this. It just happened. My jaw clenched. You didn't plan to fall for the man who destroyed me? Or you didn't plan for me to find out? Nathan's voice hardened. It wasn't like that. You and I were over. She needed someone. You what? I snapped. Fell into her bed because I wasn't around to hate you anymore? The silence that followed was suffocating. I turned to Mia, my throat tight. You were supposed to be my family. How could you? Her tears fell freely now. I thought you were better off without him. Thought I could make something good out of what you lost. I wanted to scream. Instead, I walked away. Days passed. I stayed off duty, confined to quarters, haunted by the image of them together. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Nathan's arm around her, his lips near her ear. My sister. The one who used to hold me after he broke my heart. Then one night a knock on my door. It was Mia. She stood there, pale and trembling. Lena. There's something you need to know. I said nothing, just waited. It's about the storm. About Nathan. Her voice cracked. The Aurora wasn't just a pleasure trip. He was meeting someone, a Navy contractor. He used me as cover. My blood ran cold. What are you talking about? She looked terrified. He said it was for work, but when the boat started sinking I found files. Classified ones. He told me to burn them, but I couldn't. I still have them. I stared at her, realization crashing through me. He's still in intelligence, isn't he? She nodded. And he's been leaking information. Lena, he said he loved me, but I think I was just another shield. I didn't sleep that night. I went through the files she brought me, coordinates, encrypted communications, weapon schematics. Treason. By morning I made my decision. When I walked into headquarters, I turned the evidence in. It cost me everything. My career, my sister's trust, even the last fragments of what I once felt for him. But I couldn't stay silent. Nathan was arrested 2 days later. He didn't fight it. When he saw me standing outside the courtroom, he just nodded. You did the right thing, he said quietly. You always did. I wanted to hate him. I wanted to hate her. But standing there, watching him led away in cuffs, all I felt was emptiness. Mia moved away soon after. We spoke once before she left. I didn't know who he really was, she said. I looked at her, my voice barely a whisper. Neither did I. The sea outside my window is calm tonight. It's strange how something that once tried to swallow you whole can later look so peaceful. I lost my uniform, my pride, and the last illusions I had about love and loyalty. But in that wreckage I found something real, my own clarity. Sometimes betrayal doesn't come from enemies. It comes from the people you died to save.